updates on sports stories across the globe, Ebi Iyomon joins us. Good morning, Ebi.
Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Rufai, and good morning, Dr. Abati. Nice to see three of you this morning. Very quickly, we'll run through some of the major stories. We'll begin with the Chan Eagles, who are still in training and preparing for the two-leg fixture against Ghana. Now, they played the first friendly match ahead of this fixture and had a 1-0 victory against Grassrunners FC. But what's important to note is that the first game will be played on December 22nd here on Uyo, and they are trying their best, according to what the coaches have said, to qualify for the finals. There's been some hit and miss in the past few years, but they are hoping that they can get a qualification to the Chan 2025. And away from that, we had a FifPro release the World 11. The World 11 had a bulk of players from the Premier League and only the La Liga. That is Real Madrid, and the goalkeeper there for the World 11 is Ederson, the hot Carvajal from Real Madrid, Van Dijk, who plays for Liverpool. Then there's Rudiger, De Bruyne, Cruz, Rodri, Bellingham, Mbappe, Haaland, and Vinicius. And for the women, Barbara Banda made history, becoming the first African to be voted as the FifPro World 11. She made that list alongside some already established women's footballer. We have in post, that's Epps, and there's Lucy Bronze, there's Greenwood, there's Carmona, and there's a Barcelona duo of Putellas and Bumati, Caicedo from Real Madrid, Mata, James, and Barbara Banda. She's had a stunning 2024, helping the Pride, who are just 9 years old, to their maiden trophy and also getting 17 goals in just 25 appearances since she joined the Pride in March of this year. And still on football, we have a Premier League, that's PGMOL, that's the Referee Association of the Premier League, sacking David Coote, that's the official who was caught on camera making some derogatory comments about Liverpool's former coach, that's Jurgen Klopp. And earlier in November, he was also found, a video also went viral of him sniffing in white powder after the game between Spain and Germany in the Euro 2024. And that has also brought about investigations. But after investigating the comments on Liverpool and the coach, he has been sacked, and there's further investigation concerning the video which saw him sniff in white powder while officiating the Euros 2024. And so in the Premier League, we have West Ham players dedicating their victory against Wolves to their striker, that's Mikel Antonio. Souček and Gerald Bowen got goals last night against Wolves, and they had to celebrate the victory for Mikel Antonio, who had to undergo surgery on his lower limb because of a fracture after the accident he sustained on Saturday. So many have been making talks on him, but West Ham already said that he's recovering. It was a very sad accident there. We wish him well. And to today's fixtures of the Champions League, match day 6 fixtures are currently going to take place later tonight, and some key matches will be played. But the headlining match for tonight is Atlanta versus Real Madrid. Atlanta have been flying on all cylinders from players like Catelare, there's Ademola Lookman, Retegi, who have been in action. Girona take on Liverpool, Dynamo take on Celtic, we have Brest taking on PSV, Club Brugge will take on Sporting CP, who have been not so good in the league since Amorim left. And there's Leipzig taking on Villa, Leverkusen will take on Inter, Salzburg take on Paris Saint-Germain, and there's Shakhtar taking on Bayern Munich later tonight. And finally, for me, we'll move to Formula One, where Hamilton raced for the last time for Mercedes on Sunday, and he finished 4th. And after that victory, came out to say that he finished on a high with Mercedes. He's expected to join Ferrari come February next year after 12 years with Mercedes, the longest Formula One racer partnership ever, and getting 6 championships, 7 on the whole. He had 1 before joining Mercedes, 6 with them, and it was a very emotional one for him, the team, and even Carlos Sainz, who will be leaving Ferrari for Williams. But that's all for me on Sports Today.
All right. Real quickly, I just want to give tribute to Hamilton. He's done so well for Mercedes, but we'll never forget what happened in 2021, where he was robbed by the controllers of the race in Formula One. We'll never forget. how they twisted the laws to be able to favor Verstappen. But the truth is, Verstappen has gone ahead to prove himself, and kudos to Verstappen. But when you've been robbed and injustice has been done to you, it takes a while for things to psychologically shape up. After that race, Hamilton never remained the same. And when he leaves Mercedes finally, that'll be one of the legacies. And Mercedes never remained the same. And that's why it's good not to rob people in the first place. We'll never forget that race. We fans of Mercedes and Hamilton will never, ever forget that injustice meted out to us in that particular race, where they gave Verstappen an undue advantage. But kudos to him. He's going to go on. And plus or minus about Lewis Hamilton, he's become very successful at this race, as a man of color. Secondly, I also want to state that, yes, I saw some Africa Footballer of the Year ranking done by a magazine out of the Maghreb area, that gave what's his name now, the Moroccan footballer, the African Footballer of the Year, I forget his name, the Moroccan defender. But I think to a large extent, when the big prize comes, our own Ademola Lookman should be able to take it once and for all. I think Lookman deserves it. If you saw the game against AC Milan recently, Lookman truly deserves it. But that's just my opinion anyway.
Yeah, just very quickly, for me, it's about Lewis Hamilton. I started, or shall I say, following Mercedes and Formula One because of him, and he had such a successful run with him. In fact, they said beyond it being one of the longest, if not the longest, team racer relationship in Formula One, is also one of the most successful as well. He was just, his history maker, doing great, and seeing that he's now moved on to Ferrari is a bittersweet decision, but also at some point he's had to move on from this relationship. But congratulations to him. He said he's finishing on a high, and definitely so. This year, at least, he's been able to win 2 races, and also finished 4th in his last run with Mercedes. And so all the best, wish him all the best with Ferrari, and congratulations to him for a really, really good run in the last 12 years with Mercedes.
Well, very quickly, Cole Palmer making history, beating the record of Yaya Toure in terms of sport kicks. Yaya Toure, who was the leading person, had a record of 11 sport kicks, consecutively in 11 matches. And now Cole Palmer, in that Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspur encounter, scored 12/12, which is quite remarkable. And he still has a brilliant future ahead of him as a very brilliant player. The FifPro World's Best 11 for men and women. Well, the interesting thing about this simply is that this is a decision that is taken by players themselves. In the case of the men, about 28,000 professional football players all over the world in 70 countries. In the case of the women, 7,000, across the world, decided to choose the very best. In the men's list that came out, 4 Manchester City players are there. And even their goalkeeper, Ederson, the Brazilian, is chosen as the world best by his own colleagues. For the women, of course, you have Banda from Zambia, who is the first African female to show up on that list. And then Mata is back. The last time she was on that list was in 2016, and now she's back. In the men's list, Lionel Messi did not make the list for the first time since 2006. But the important thing, the beauty of this, FifPro World Best is that these are the players themselves, choosing the best amongst them. By Tuesday, 17th of December, we'll have the BBC Sports Personality of the Year. And what I find interesting here is the diversity. You have a track athlete, you have a Paralympic cyclist, you have, a footballer, you have the dart player, Littler, but who will win, we'll get to know on December 17. Congratulations to Lewis Hamilton. Congratulations also to Max Verstappen, who has done a big record. Lewis Hamilton won 7 times. He's going to Ferrari in February 2025. We'll see how he fares, with Ferrari. And McLaren didn't do too badly. They won at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Thank you very much. Didier.